Ed Holmes here for Red Tractor Nation. I'm here today with the Schmidt brothers. This is Darrell, this is James. James is from here in North Dakota. Not here in North Dakota, I'm in Huron, South Dakota. He's from North Dakota, Petersburg. And Darrell's from Alexandria, Minnesota. These guys are up from the far north as far as I'm concerned. But what they have here is an orchard tractor that Darrell has told me he did a bunch of driving with it and he used it to make hay. And James here is the baby of the family, the youngest of 8, and he ended up with the orchard tractor, and that didn't make hardly anybody happy. But we're going to listen to the whole story about the tractor. So where did the tractor come from, guys?
Well, as far as I can tell, it's a 1941.
41 OS4?
O-4.
O-4.
Orchard 4.
Orchard 4.
Dairying O-4. So I figure it, roughly doing the math, it's probably the 93rd one built. Roughly.
Okay, 93rd one built.
2700.
Wow.
And so anyway, yeah, our dad bought it, and we think about 1949 from the dealership in Petersburg, North Dakota.
New?
No,
Oh.
It's a 41.
It's a 41, he bought it 8 years old.
Right.
That's my quick math right there. How'd that work out for me?
You did good.
Okay.
So anyway,
I have a question.
Yeah.
What would they use an orchard tractor for up there?
Well,
What
they
outgrowth
didn't.
They didn't.
No. So, and we're not sure if Dad ever had the tin for it, you know, the side curtains and the big fenders. But if he did,
the things I call the bat wings?
Right, he tore all that stuff off.
Okay.
And so, actually, Darrell resurrected it from our pasture.
So it was all wore out.
All wore out, completely
And
shot.
so you parked it,
Parked it.
like we're apt to do.
Like pulled it out. In the
we
pasture
never
with the
get
rest
rid of it. We
Right.
just
keep
move
it.
it down to pasture and keep it just in case.
Exactly.
So I hauled it down to my place down in Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to fix this old girl up. And so I had it there for about 2 years, and the more I looked at it, and I'm thinking, you know what, this is a project that is over my head. I'm just not going to do that. So I started on the contacting some of the rest of the family. I talked to James and I said, you know, this isn't going to happen on my watch. And so he decided, yeah, you know what, this time.
I think I was there that afternoon.
Yeah,
So,
he was.
really? You said,
We
oh
couldn't let it
man,
go, but-
it's too much for me.
Yeah.
And he said, that's okay, brother.
Yep, I'll take it off.
I'll take it off your hands.
Right.
And then went out, got in the truck with the trailer and came up there, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah,
So yeah. So
when I was a kid, we used it all the time for cutting hay and dump raking hay and fixing fence and dragging, you know, after seeding.
Just
all that stuff, all the light stuff.
All the light work that you have to.
Yep.
You know, you got your light duty tractor on the farm, and then you got your big tractors usually.
Yep.
And this did all the light duty work.
That's correct. And when Dad bought it, you know, they took off all the stuff that we didn't want up here on the plains.
Right.
And we don't know we don't think that any of that, we don't know if it came to our place or not.
Well,
But,
he would have to have taken it off before he
But-
took it to the place. Otherwise, you know, it would have still been there somewhere.
That's
right?
correct. So the dealer maybe took it off.
Yeah. Maybe took it off to make it more appealing to whoever was going to take it off him.
Right.
So when James started this restoration process, this tractor was very, very, very worn out.
So we would say it's in rough shape at that point.
Yeah, that would give it that was.
Would that be
soft
gracious?
on. That was
That's
soft on,
gracious.
yeah. And,
should have went to the junk pile.
He went.
No, never say that about an international. Never.
And so he'll tell you all about how that went, but it was incredible. There isn't a bolt-on turn on that tractor that he hasn't replaced or a part he hasn't repaired with something. So it's an awesome.
My only regret is we didn't take a picture day one. when we
Yeah.
started
At
out.
the beginning of
I
it.
got some pictures
In process?
In process,
But not how you pulled it out of the
No,
pasture.
I didn't on day one.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the time you didn't know if it was going to be worth it. or
Right.
not, but I don't know how many years did it take.
Oh boy.
I think I must have worked on it for 8-9 years.
Yeah.
probably.
8 or 9 year process.
Probably, yeah.
To get it to this point, which is absolutely gorgeous. What would you say, start to finish? How many hours or years working off and on? Because you have to keep a day job too. You can't just do this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had a real job. I don't know.
Well, it's
1,000, is that fair?
1,000 hours.
Probably.
9 years every weekend, day and night, do the math.
Actually, the last while, it was about 9 months hitting it hard.
Hitting it hard 9 months to finish it up.
So the first place we took it then was south of Lakota, North Dakota, Stump Lake Park. They have a crash and be every Labor Day weekend.
It's in our county, back home.
Yeah,
all right.
County. Anyway, so the day before, I got it back from the body shop, and the day before, I hauled it down to the shore. Put the decals on.
Wow.
The paint was still
A little bit
touch
soft.
It was.
Soft.
It was soft.
So is this a red enamel? Or did they shoot it with lacquer and buff it?
No, it's actually Tractor Supply paint.
Oh, really?
Out of the red, International Red.
Yeah, International Red from TSC.
Yep, I painted the cast iron and I took the sheet.
And then they shot the metal for you. It's absolutely gorgeous. What were some of the hardest things you had to do? What would you think? What was the point where you said, I don't know if this is going to happen? Was there any point like that?
No, I wasn't going to give up.
Never give up, huh? Not going to give up.
It was going to get done.
So this was only 8 years old when it came to the family farm, and it has stayed with the family since 1949. That is 71 years. 71 years on the same place in Minnesota. North Dakota, sorry. Apologize. North Dakota. And complete labor allowed to restore it to this condition, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
So one of the hardest parts was, so the original hood was still with it, right?
Okay.
Side curtains weren't. So Dad, with his cutting welder, cut a hole for the new exhaust because the exhaust is supposed to go down.
It's supposed to be a downdraft.
Torched a hole right,
you just cut,
right in here.
Well,
right?
why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's just a tool, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, one of our nephews works for a company. They manufacture stuff. So I sent it to Michael and I said, you know what, Michael? You gotta remake this.
The holes in the hood.
Yeah, he did.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they welded it back in. Actually, Michael had to hire a welder.
Really?
For him. Really?
Wow.
So
That
anyway,
is absolutely amazing.
There's a few family.
And there's many things in the inside the tractor too. A cluster that is unique to the tractor. What do you say? 2,700 of these tractors built.
2,700 of these tractors.
And some of the parts in here that make this thing work are unique to this model.
Right. They only use it on this tractor.
On this one.
It's hard to find that something.
So one of the things I do want to comment on is, so my 4 older brothers, he's like 10 years older than me. Anyway, so they all got to drive this thing, right?
Yeah,
so,
when they actually drove it and used it.
Exactly. So when I had so I had to take parts to a machinist. Are you familiar with the insides, like the pilot shaft where the clutch is at? Well, obviously somebody been talking clutch trying to get the front wheels out because there was a notch in there.
Where it would hit it when it...
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So the machinist, of course, them guys were what, 12, 15 years old.
They didn't know no better, did they?
Well, they did, yeah.
Oh, well, they thought they were hot rods.
Exactly.
Hot rodders, didn't
So anyway, you know, they had to have the pilot shaft retooled for the machinist. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. One of the hitch, our father was...
it does have a drawbar.
Yeah, just a drawbar.
Just a drawbar, no swinging drawbar.
But, so one of the pins must have fell out that holds the drawbar up. Anyway, there was a 16-penny nail in there for the cotter key.
I have done that on a lawn tractor.
I kept the nail. I was going to put it back in. I haven't. But that's pretty cool. So all these little
I'm guilty
of our dad.
of that kind of stupidity.
Yeah,
of putting a nail where a cotter key fell out and leaving it because it worked.
Right. So our dad passed away very young. He was only 48 years old. James,
Oh my
James
goodness.
was 7. So this has been a real connection.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a connection to your dad.
It is.
Seeing as how you were so young when you lost your dad.
Yep.
So would you say that this is in honor of him?
Oh, it is.
You're making me,
I always say I fixed it up because it's the last tractor out of my dad bought.
Yeah.
So, and our oldest brother still has the farm.
That's nice. That's great. What do they grow up there?
Small grains. They're into beans, and you know the variety of corn has changed now, so that they can grow corn.
Okay.
North of.
They
where
get
we're at.
it's a quick growth season for
Yeah.
the new hybrids.
Yeah, so small grains.
Excellent.
Corn and beans. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, no apples.
What was your dad's name?
Harold.
Harold Schmidt.
Harold Oscar August Schmidt.
Yep.
Wow.
And he was from a family of 15.
Yeah.
Well, you had to have 15 to run a big farm up in North Dakota, right?
Yeah, lots of free
Lots of hands to make light work. Well,
So, yeah.
you know what? Brother Schmidt, in honor of your dad, Harold, thanks very much for talking to us.
You bet.
Thank you very much for taking care of the tractor. Thank you for turning it over to James. You know, graciously letting James
I'm
run
not sure
with-
he's real happy about that.
Well, now I'd like to have it back.
Hey!
I couldn't do what he did.
Not with all that work.
Not that way.
No,
No, it
you,
was
you got to
fun.
give him props for that,
We're
right?
all very proud of what he's
Yeah,
done.
no, it was fun.
Yeah, so in honor of Harold Schmidt, this thing looks fantastic. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Ed.
much.
Thanks for talking.
This is Ed Holmes for Red Tractor Nation. Thanks for watching.